It's time to talk about our walks. And I'm not speaking of walking in the rain. I mean the walks that have been caused from all the hatred and the pain. It has been years, and still to this day, all the isms seem to never go away. We deal with them in every way: racism, criticism, anti-LGBT, and also white supremacy. It all falls under the way you look at me. You see my skin, you don't see me, or the person that I could potentially be. You see the melanin in my skin and portray us in the media as if we're born for sin. I will tell you my story of when I was young, and my teacher thought it was funny and looked at me dumb. He didn't see what I could do, he saw what I couldn't. He was the first to rob me from confidence and placed me in places he shouldn't. He isolated me from others, left me in the dark. I still feel the cold tiles and the tears in my eyes. It was indeed dark. A dark time to be a child of color, because all he wanted to do was get rid of me and others. And if it wasn't for the mother picking up her child, seeing me cry and on the floor that was tiled, I would have sat there until the hours were over and done. But he grabbed me by my arm and pulled me until it was numb. I remember returning to that class, feeling worse than dumb, and I thank the mother forevermore. She was my hero when I was 7 years young. The days go by, students leave. We're all confused, but we cannot grieve. And so we listen to the words of this man who only sees one color, and teaching us was not his plan. Eventually, my mother noticed, my child is different, but what were the causes? Eventually, everything turned upside down. The girl that was happy was now a frown. My mother, concerned, and others too, make me leave the class to another room. Now I feel safer, or that's what I thought, not realizing my class was filled with kids that wanted me to rot. I see these bullies now and look at them straight in the face. The child I once was has now been replaced. I used to hate my skin, my hair, my eyes. I wanted to be white and pale and everything nice. I would get called names. People would make fun of me. Monkey noises here and there. They'd say, "Why can't you leave? We don't want you here. You're not like us. We'll never be your friends. We're more than you, and that we trust." I remember he grabbed me by my neck, had me tumbling off the floor until I couldn't breathe, and students yelled, "Stop, no more." We were only 9 or 10. And I still can't believe that same person then is full of shame now and cannot look at me. It doesn't end there. Germany is a place full of hate. It doesn't matter where you're from. If you're black, you're less to them. I'm ashamed to say the least. Even my close friends were part of these. And so I moved to a country I thought was greater, not realizing the president was the biggest hater. I grew up in a place somewhere in Tennessee. Please don't call me the only 10 you see. The joke is old, and so am I. I feel like I never got to be a child. I'm now 13, my confidence returning. I'm loving my skin, and I stopped my hair from burning. I have curls now, and I'm embracing who I am. But I'm still a lost child in a world where I never seemed to fit in. Racism never ended. It just never did. It's like a drug to people that don't have sense. I don't want to hear about all lives matter when you cannot see why we matter too. You don't get followed for being white when walking around stores. You don't get spat on by strangers because your color isn't what they want. You don't have to deal with the constant criticism of society. And please shut up with, "Stop this rioting." We will use our voices proudly, and you will have to listen. And when you hear the words, you know their mouths will stiffen. Because history repeats itself, as shown in many ways. People want to free themselves, and so we will. Just listen. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Sandra Bland, these people is why I stand. I will not be quiet. I will show no remorse. You need to understand, this road is not only yours. You will never be in their shoes nor mine. All these people were killed, and now the truth is revealing with time. The world has joined to become one. We are all fighting for the future days to come, so our children do not have to hurt, and we don't have to teach them the meaning of the words. My child will know they're beautiful. They're smart and very brave too. You will love your skin and culture. You will know it ever so soon. Police are trained less than beauticians, and you're telling me there's nothing wrong with the system? Remind me why 12 is holding blood in their hands. Do you not understand you've taken the life of a man? They have families, children, brothers and sisters, and you've taken everything from them without trying to listen. So what are you scared of? The voices in your ears? The ones that tell you shoot them without thinking about any tears? We are people. Don't you understand? Ever since you've taken us from our land, we had to fight for ourselves and stand. We were objects to you, nothing but dirt. Open your eyes and see that the taking of lives is God's, not yours. I am tired, mentally and physically. The weight in my chest feels heavy. I know many feel the same. Why do we have to fight for our rights 400 years later? I don't get it. 50 years ago, we were put in zoos. Imagine what they'll do to you. And then they want to say the stupid things they say. All I have to say is, please stay out of my way. If you're a racist and you speak to me, I will address you like an animal. You may be able to bark, but I won't see. Because I'll promise you, you're dead to me. To conclude the poem that I wrote, and tell the world my story in the words I spoke, I grew up with hatred, not understanding why, until I've learned that people see me differently in their eye. I am black, and I am proud. This you can never take from me without a doubt. I am here, and here I'll continue to stand until you shut your mouths and try to understand. This land is nobody's, you've taken this land. So until we unite and accept who we are, and that we're all human after all, I will open my mouth and say what you can't. Because this will not be our fall. We'll continue to stand.